Animals are everywhere. I am Michelle, and at 47 I am feeling quite elate. In Melbourne's sprawl, where magpies sing and gardens congregate. With lilac sleeves and silver shoes, I don my mock black frames to read of creatures great and small, and all their wildish games. An itinerary of wonders, not before I take a seat do I omit a single word, for this book is a treat. I'm enthusiastic and exhilarated, of course, to start my quest. In advance, I'll reassess the world, for nature is the best. Initial thoughts are precious. I'm elated to proceed to review the initial pages. An exemplary thing indeed. Inside the house, the atmosphere is marred by petty strife. The domestic dog and feline live a most contentious life. The cat is quite a snobbish soul. Her ego is excessive, while the dog is rather juvenile, though intentionally aggressive. They bicker over territory. The carpet is their stake. A big mistake to let them be, for havoc they will make. Under no circumstances can they share the kitchen mat, lest they escalate the quarrel. It's bad enough to be a cat. The feline is infuriated. She would prohibit every hound, as she seeks to alienate the dog from any solid ground. Add fuel to the fire, and they'll instigate a scene, a hostile demonstration of just how petulant they've been. I must admonish both of them and confiscate their toy to maintain the peace and order for every girl and boy. I peer into the goldfish bowl, where life is most monotonous. The water's scent is far from fresh. The green algae is gluttonous. To top things off, the lackluster light makes swimming rather tedious. The fish looks quite inconsolable.
Hello.
The circumstances are hideous. His memory is infantile. His world is small and round. A lack of any variable where silence is
I
profound.
do.
I reconsider the scenario. Does his spirit start to wane? Is life
I
in
do.
glass a dismal doom? Or a simple, safe domain?
I'm fine,
I'll
thank
extend
you.
my inquiry and ensure his bowl is clean, for an inadequate environment is the worst I've ever seen.
It's not
Out
you.
on the
I'm
farm,
coming back
the
from
cows are
Easter.
prone to loitering in the shade.
And in I'm going to
Their
back
moo
from
is an
Easter.
atrocious sound that makes the birds afraid. The bull thinks he's superior, with horns that
fine.
curve and rend, while the former cow is far from smart. On the latter she'll depend.
Yes, yeah.
To suggest they're redundant is a thought quite out of
I do.
bounds, for they graze day in and day out on the rolling, grassy grounds. Their udders are heavy, and the mud is dreadful to the feet,
Okay.
an appalling, rotten stench that makes the farm life less than sweet. Organized chaos reigns supreme, an oxymoron in the sun, as the sheep begin to squabble when the herding has begun. The rooster is loquacious as he crows to wake the day, his cacophonous performance in a vocal, vibrant way. I am irate and incense-filled when he screams beside my ear. His relentless noise is the last straw, and his message is quite clear. No wonder farmers rise so early. It's the ultimate alarm. To stay in bed is out of the question on this busy farm. His feathers are so energetic, but his temper is quite sour. Livid and irate, he rules the coop at every morning hour. To top matters off, he's notorious for his ear-sore song, an incessant vocal fury that goes on all morning long. In jungles lush and spacious, where the predators reside, a notorious striped tiger seeks a place for him to hide. His power is irresistible. He stalks the forest floor. On the verge of a great pounce, he lets out a mighty roar. The prey is in great peril now. The stakes are high and dire, as the tiger's eyes burn brightly, like a predatory fire. To evade him is a challenge. He will obliterate the peace. His hunger is excessive, and his focus will not cease. He is the antithesis of calm, a fury in the shade, a striped omen of the wild, of whom the deer are all afraid. The monkeys are erratic as they swing from vine to tree. They sabotage the fruit crop with a petulant sort of glee. I watch them throw a mango. It's an outrageous display. They're anything but reticent as they squabble through the day. To top it off, they mimic me and pull a silly face, intimidating lizards in their wild and leafy place. Are you for real? I ask the one who's hanging by his tail. But he only starts to vandalize the vines, to no avail, let alone the parrots, who are far from being quiet. The monkeys instigate a loud and fruity jungle riot. Deep in the blue, the shark patrols the abysmal salty dark, a silent silver omen, leaving fear upon his mark. His teeth are like a jagged saw, horrendous to behold. In the book of ocean terrors, his story is often told. Caught red-handed or red-finned, he pursues a school of bait, a thing of the past for any fish that hesitates too late. His current is the cold one, and his hunger is severe, a horrendous, abysmal predator that everyone will fear. He is forbidden to be friendly. He is barred from being kind, with a mindless, erratic mission that is all he has in mind. The whale is gargantuan, a mountain made of blue. She can elude the smallest boat and swim the whole day through. Her relentless song is haunting, reminiscent of a sigh, as she breaches from the water to confront the open sky. I inquire if she's lonely, but she sings a vocal deep. While I watch her from the shoreline, a promise I will keep. She is anything but tiny. She is superior in size, with the wisdom of the ages in her dark and ancient eyes. She will mimic the tide's rhythm as she wanders through the sea, a distinguished vocal wonder that is far from you and me. In the Arctic's frozen wasteland where the dismal blizzards blow, a polar bear is prowling through the drifts of ice and snow. The climate is inconsistent. Her world is on the brink, with ice floes that are melting, making it hard for her to think. Her future is in jeopardy. The circumstances are dire, a cold and cruel dilemma that sets my heart on fire. Consequently, she must falter as the summer starts to grow. To put it mildly, she is losing all the ice she used to know. The calm before the storm is gone. The ice begins to rend. Will she find a light at the end of the tunnel, or is this the end? Down in the cold Antarctic, where the penguins congregate, they stand in lines distinguished, for their huddle is their fate. They must tolerate the freezing wind. They cannot be reluctant, for if they leave the circle, the cold is too conductant. I offer them a blanket, but they veto my request, resistant to my kindness. They know their own way best. Furthermore, they are competent. They collaborate with grace. In this substandard climate, they have found their perfect place. It's more than I bargained for. A ton of birds in black and white, an exemplary demonstration of a cold and huddling night. The garden is a haven where the precious petals bloom, and butterflies with painted wings dispel the winter gloom. They don their vibrant colors, and they adorn every leaf. Their time of life is fleeting, and their stay is far too brief. As the summer sun starts to wane, they flutter through the air, a beautiful demonstration of a life without a care. They precede the coming autumn. They complement the rose before their beauty starts to diminish and the garden goes to repose. I overlook their fragility, for they are energetic and bright, a premature arrival of a springtime, sun-filled light. A snail is rather gradual. He proceeds with heavy pace, a reluctant little traveler in a very steady race. To move across the garden path is a tedious affair, yet he is energetic. In his own way, he is there. I tell him he's a slow coach, but he treats it as a compliment. Albeit quite ironic, he is perfectly content to give him a taste of his own medicine. I walk with careful feet, while he retaliates with silence, making my slow walk complete. He won't bicker or dispute. He's a tolerant little soul, moving gradually and gently toward his leafy, green-filled goal. The mole is underground, where he can conceal his fuzzy face. In a spacious labyrinth, he finds a vacant space. His eyes are almost non-existent, his vision is outdated, but his sense of touch is super standard, highly rated. He digs through soil and gravel with an automatic speed. To find a juicy beetle is the ultimate earthy need. He is sans any light at all, yet he maintains his way, with a phobia of the surface and the bright and sunny day. Perhaps it's tetraphobia. He won't dig tunnels for. He'd rather withdraw to his burrow and bolt the earthy door. The earthworm is indispensable. He toils beneath the grass, creating healthy soil as the garden seasons pass. To some, he looks inferior, a pink and wiggly string, but to the plants above him, he is a superior king. I hold him in my palm, though he's eager to vacate, a tiny, writhing marvel. Isn't nature simply great? He's the antithesis of a giant, yet he is energetic too, inadvertently helping everything that in the garden grew. Rather than being slack, he works a heap of dirt each day. Assume he's unimportant? Think again, is all I'll say. On the exclusive mountain peaks, the snow leopard is king, an elusive, ghostly phantom of which the locals sing. To spot him is a lucky omen. He is rare beyond belief, moving like a shadow or a silent, furry thief. Contrary to the common cat, he does not shun the cold, with a coat of spotted velvet that is wondrous to behold. To avoid the eyes of humans, he will elude every trap, a master of evasion on the mountain's jagged map. He is a thing of the future if we guard his snowy home, and let him be the sovereign of the peaks where he will roam. The pangolin is armored, but he's on the brink of gloom. Unless we stop the hunters, he will face a dismal doom. We must intervene immediately. His demise we must prevent, before his precious lineage is entirely spent. I long for his protection. I protest against his plight, to right a wrong for animals, and led them to the light. His scale is now on borrowed time. He's crestfallen and distraught, in a dire situation that he never could have sought. To top things off, his numbers wane. It's the penultimate alarm. We must prolong his species and protect him from all harm. The itinerary is finished. I reconsider all I've read as the moon begins to rise and it is time to go to bed. I'm convinced that animals are everywhere, a ton of life to see, from the burrow of the tiny mole to the whale within the sea. Add insult to injury? No, I'll add a prayer instead, for every creature mentioned in the pages I have read. If things go pear-shaped for the wild, we must start from scratch again, to ensure that every habitat is free from grief and pain. I'll review these pages often, for my love will never wane. In my Melbourne home, I'll read them time and time again.